Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where today we are going to be talking about the viewing figures for the brand new Doctor Who Christmas special, the Church on Ruby Road, the overnight figures, as well as we're going to be taking a quick look at the Giggle 7-day figures. These are very, very interesting and very, very positive once again. No matter what some corners of the internet say, Doctor Who had a great performance on Christmas Day. It came third overall in all programmes on Christmas Day, only beaten by The King's Speech and Strictly. And even with The King's Speech, that was across multiple channels. And Doctor Who was, by quite some margin, the biggest drama of the day, beating out things like EastEnders, Emmerdale, Corrie, Ghosts, and most impressively, Call the Midwife. We're going to be breaking it down, but before we get into that, do me a little favour, subscribe if you're new, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for 23,000 subscribers in the rush to get these videos out. I haven't really been able to say that, but thank you so much. Next up, 24,000, let's go. But let's just get right into it. So as always, my main source for this info is Liz Zimba, who is the entertainment correspondent over at the BBC. And these are the charts according to the BARB. Christmas Day, The King won the day with 7.48 million viewers, and that is across all channels. So you can see here, according to Super TV, look, 5.9 million of those were on BBC One, and others were, I think, BBC Two and ITV, I believe, also had The King's Speech on. Then it was Strictly with 5.29. Again, Strictly, consistently strong showings, and that was the second of the day. Doctor Who, though, third place. Highest rated drama of the day, beating out Call the Midwife, Michael McIntyre, EastEnders, Toy Story 4, The 1% Club, which is interestingly the only ITV thing to chart on this year's Christmas Top 10. It's been a bit of a BBC domination for the Christmas Top 10 this year. And again, the really impressive part about this for me is Doctor Who beating Call the Midwife. I've brought up here the viewing figures for 2022's Christmas Day, and as you can see, nothing was beating Call the Midwife. Call the Midwife had 7.8 million views, that's consolidated 7-day figure, and that was the second most viewed thing of the day last year, only being beaten out once again by The King. So the fact that Doctor Who has beaten Call the Midwife, which was kind of the previous drama champion of Christmas, is really good to see. Like, Doctor Who has pretty much recaptured its place upon the TV Christmas throne, which I absolutely love to see. It's back on top in terms of dramas, where it should be in my opinion. But yeah, also impressively, in terms of overnight figures, The Church on Ruby Road is the first time in the show's history that it's been the #1 scripted show on Christmas Day. Christmas Invasion plus Voyage of the Damned were second, Christmas Carol was joint second, The End of Time Part 1 was third. So this is actually the very first time, according to Mr. TARDIS, that Doctor Who has been the #1 drama on Christmas Day. The fact it beat out all the soaps and Call the Midwife is huge, to be honest. That never happens. So yeah, it just shows that the intrigue was there, the demand was there, and this was marketed incredibly, incredibly well. And of course, as well, this isn't factoring in the 7-day figures. Given that this is a slight bump, I believe the overnight figure for the Giggle was 4.62 million, I believe, which was slightly lower, and I think this one is 4.73, so it's about an increase of about 100,000. I could see this getting to 7 million because, as we can see here, the 7-day viewing figures for the Giggle came out some time ago, and they were 6.8. So a slight drop there for the final 60th specials, but still really, really solid, staying, you know, either just above or just below 7 million, which is very good in 2023. And we already know, according to RTD, that the Star Beast has reached 9 million via iPlayer and stuff, and that's only in the UK. This isn't even factoring in international viewing figures with Disney+. So, again, a really strong show for Doctor Who, and the fact that it's by far, by quite a margin, BBC's most successful drama of the year, in fact, probably British TV's most successful drama of the year, no matter what some channels tell you, it ain't going anywhere. And I actually saw recently that Millie Gibson and Ncuti Gatwa had like a promotional video for a Disney parade that they were at. Like, they played a video of them two together at a Disney parade. And we know that the big Disney push is coming with Ncuti's first series, so I think it could go even bigger than this, but the fact it's already beating out every other drama on TV, you know, you don't see anyone saying that Call the Midwife's gone broke when it pulls in about 4-point-something million. Same goes for EastEnders, or Corrie, or Emmerdale, or any of the others. 4.73 million, when you look at that number in a vacuum, might not sound as impressive as the days of, like, I don't know, Voyage of the Damned getting like 13 million consolidated or something ridiculous like that, but nothing does. Even The King couldn't crack 10 million, and that was across 3 channels. Like, we don't get that in the UK anymore. It's just the reality, and the fact that Doctor Who is third with that number proves that. But yeah, very, very good result for Doctor Who overall. Again, a slight dip for the Giggle. I was surprised that the Giggle didn't recuperate further, given that, like, that was such a big episode, final day of Talent 1, introduction shooty. Still, not a bad result at all. That means that it's likely that the average for this era is probably going to be around 6-7 million viewers, which is very healthy for a show in the 2020s. Because you got to think as well, I know everyone talks about it, but COVID really changed the habits of people because they got a lot more used to using streaming services and things like that because people were at home, they had nothing else to do. So I think that's the reason why, if you look at viewing figures, even in the past 5 years, they've gone down because people have just gotten much more used to watching things on iPlayer or Catch-Up. Even older people, which were previously not as likely to use Catch-Up. I myself, I used iPlayer to watch the broadcast, and I'm sure that's the same for a lot of you, and that's not counted, I don't believe, until the consolidated 7-day figures. But yeah, overall, a very strong result, once again, for Doctor Who. Doctor Who's doing very well. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.